Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good evening, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to the season finale of our webinar series presented by DSG Energy. We started this live series with the idea of creating the mass awareness, learning new things by inviting these amazing guests and learn from their expertise and exposure. And I'm very thrilled to announce the final episode of season 2 here. For those who are joining us for the very first time, I am Hifza Pervez and I'm the host of these sessions. And today we have a very special episode. We'll be joining our very special guest, Mr. Daniyal Siddiqui, who's the CEO of DSG Energy and the man behind the whole this vision. So what we are going to do, just a little bit of the idea, we are going to have a very candid discussion with DS about renewable energy, solar energy, climate change, sustainability, job market and energy potential of Pakistan. So we'll be taking all of your questions and throughout the webinar, and feel free to ask anything and about everything regarding renewable energy. So I don't think I'm gonna delay the process without the intention of delaying the progress. I would be extending my invitation to the CEO of DS Group of Companies. Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you?
Walaikum salam, Hifza. Thank you very much for the invitation, and I feel so proud to be part of the the webinar series that we have organized. And thank you very much, Bahut shukriya for inviting me over.
Thank you, sir. So climate change, we all know that it's one of the most pressing challenges that the world is facing these days. Currently, it's the major issue. And we can see the effect of global warming everywhere around the world, be it the frequent natural disasters or the rising sea levels or the loss of biodiversity. So we know that at the heart of this issue is the ability to, while we are making sure that we meet the future and current conditions to survive, we make sure that we do not compromise for the future generation and the quality of their life as well. What's your thought? Because you have been working in the renewable energy for more than a decade now. So what do you think about the whole, this climate emergency and urgency?
Right, Heza, thank you very much. It's a very broad question and a very important question. बड़ा एक जनरल अंदाज में अगर आप इसमें बात करें तो एक रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी एक ऐसी चीज है या रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी के ऊपर जो फोकस किया जाता है और जब हम बात करते हैं तो lot of people take it in terms of the business perspective. There are, in fact, I call it three ways of how generally renewable energy has been taken up into the Pakistani context. Number one, energy की prices बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ रही हैं. I'm pretty sure I've been following your shows. आपको ये सवाल कितनी दफा सुनने को मिलता है, डिस्कशन कितनी होती होगी कि एनर्जी की प्राइस बढ़ गई है?
Every time.
Every time. You keep hearing this, na?
It's the first question that comes to mind when you're talking about solar energy.
Yeah, exactly. So that comes to the mind. So एक तो renewable का जो broader spectrum है, उसमें पाकिस्तान में तो unfortunately everything revolves around the pricing. हम एक हालत जंग में हैं इक़्तिसादी तौर पे और मसाइल का शिकार है. We are facing problems right now. So of course I can safely say and I can presume and assume के जो हालात हैं, जो positions बनी हुई हैं, that tend to have an effect. Of course, there will be. लेकिन ओवरऑल अगर आप एनालाइज करें दुनिया के अंदर रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी की और एज अ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के तौर पे भी किया जाता है. सो वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट आवर जनरेशंस टू कम. हम कोल डिप्लीट कर रहे हैं, ऑयल जला रहे हैं, व्हाट आर वी डूइंग? सो देयर आर अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स दैट गो ऑन. सो इस कॉन्टेक्स्ट के अंदर आई स्ट्रांगली बिलीव दैट पाकिस्तान हैज अ वेरी स्पेसिफिक पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ऑन दैट, बट ऑन अ जनरल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू आई थिंक हमारी बहुत ज्यादा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है. That we should look at this scenario on a very alarming grounds. और वो alarming grounds यही हैं कि renewable energy पे investments होनी चाहिए, इस पे discussions होनी चाहिए, and that is what you are doing an amazing job by creating such an awareness. DSG, I am so proud of the team that they have spread awareness about it, and I think that is what matters as well.
Thank you, sir, for acknowledging the effort. But जैसे आपने कहा कि renewable energy is not just the business perspective; it's a very global and a very diversified perspective. So, DSG Energy was started with this vision to give back to the motherland, to take renewable energy as a responsibility rather than just a business perspective. So, do tell us about the DSG Energy vision and mission of creating this whole platform.
देखें. So you would call it a lot of इसका आप इस बात से आइडिया कर लीजिए कि जब हम कोई हायरिंग कर रहे होते हैं So we have one position and the number of applicants which come in. So the people they want to be part of DSG Energy. I feel so proud. उसकी वजह एक ये है कि so there's a statement that we always use, and that statement is purpose before profit. I was part of a very dynamic team where I believe this statement का मुझे true essence मिला, and जहाँ हमारा purpose जो है वो give back to the motherland. The team which is there is able to give back to others. I find a very helpful kind of environment. Always ये हमारा एक खासा है हमारी हमारा part of our domain है कि जहाँ बहुत active always giving back वाले लोग मौजूद होते हैं. So this is something which makes us even feel proud. So I am really proud of the team, and I think what we have done. बहुत सारे लोग हमें कहते हैं हमने जो जो अचीव किया है, it was only possible because of a very very dynamic team which were able to take the vision forward. So I will totally call it a team effort.
Thank you, sir. Keep moving forward with the idea of climate change. I think when we talk about global warming or climate change, I do understand that renewable energy has a very great potential in transitioning the energy landscape of Pakistan. But we can't forget or we can't deny the issue that at the heart of this whole issue, sustainability is one of the very major solution. So how do we make sure that energy practices that we are practicing now or we are promoting, how do we make sure that they are actually sustainable, and how do we mitigate, how do we initiate by the mitigation process of the effect of climate change that we are experiencing now?
देखिए, so it's a very very important question, और मैं if you allow me, can I answer it from an industrial perspective?
Definitely, all perspective. I guess we'll go one by one.
So इंडस्ट्रियल तो बहुत अहम है. देखिए पाकिस्तान के अंदर if you talk about, so there is gas, there is WAPDA, there is renewable solar. So in Pakistan it is very very important कि energy mix कम की जाए. So Pakistan is going through a very very important economic crisis, political crisis तो है. I don't want to talk about it, but economic crisis से हमारी ओवरऑल कॉस्ट, हमारी ओवरऑल चीजें बहुत ज्यादा अफेक्टेड हैं. वी ऑल नो इट. देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ इफेक्ट ऑफ एनर्जी prices. So the number one responsibility of renewables is कि it also contributes आपकी एनर्जी कॉस्ट कम करता है, which is very very important right now to bring the energy cost down, and that helps of course overall scenario के अंदर बहुत helpful होता है कि आप एनर्जी कॉस्ट कम कर रहे हैं. बहुत सारे हमारे जो आजकल की इकोनॉमिक कंडीशंस हैं जहाँ पे a lot of competition is there in terms of internationally, हमें अपनी कॉस्ट को भी कम करना है, अपने प्रॉफिट मार्जिन्स बढ़ाने हैं. अल्टीमेटली हम बहुत ज्यादा वर्किंग तो नहीं कर रहे या बहुत ज्यादा सिनेरियोज तो क्रिएट नहीं कर रहे, बट वी डू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट the perspective of renewable energy should go into every industrialist and investment oriented people point of view. कि जी ROI थोड़ा रिटर्न ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट थोड़ी सी ऑफ हो जाए, पे बैक पीरियड थोड़ा सा लंबा हो जाए, बट इट डज हैव एन इम्पैक्ट एंड सस्टेनेबल इम्पैक्ट. सो दैट इज व्हाई इंडस्ट्रियल पर्सपेक्टिव तो आपको यही कहता है. डोमेस्टिक में रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी का इस्तेमाल पाकिस्तान में बहुत अच्छी पॉलिसीज की वजह से बेहतर हुआ है. सो दैट इज व्हाई, सो आई ऑलवेज बिलीव दैट थिंग्स आर मूविंग टुवर्ड्स द राइट डायरेक्शन, एंड चेंज फॉर रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी या सोलर या ओवरऑल अगर आप बात कीजिए पाकिस्तान के हवाले से, तो जिसे मैं अभी कहता हूँ कि देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ बिग टाइम टू कम. अभी तो आगाज है फॉर रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी इन पाकिस्तान.
Sir, thank you. Very appropriately put. Industrial perspective to ho gaya. We have always talked about individual perspective as well in the previous sessions as well. जब हम renewable industry की बात करते हैं, the renewable industry is still a very limited industry. We have limited people, especially as far as the awareness part is concerned. So how do you think that keeping that in mind, that not everyone belong to this industry, not everyone has this knowledge, so keeping the mass awareness in mind, how do you think individual role can play a part in keeping up the sustainable practice, a very sustainable practice?
All right. Can you hear me properly? Yes?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So the one thing that I believe is कि आप individual scenarios में अगर बात करें तो ये सारी awareness की game है. How do we create awareness where individuals feel that it's responsibility. No, I have been again. I would say it again. I have been following the shows that you guys have been doing. Following. Um, can you hear me now?
जी जी, we can. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Let me just give a quick fix. Yeah, you guys can hear me?
Yes, we can.
अच्छा, so just giving a perspective, जब आप individuals की बात करते हैं और you are
जी
referring to individuals की responsibility क्या है, तो अगर हम बात करें तो हमारे यहाँ individuals में let's talk about industry. It becomes their responsibility. Industrial owners के बाद अगर आप individuals में बात करें, for the people who are part of this field, they have to do a very tough job. And very tough job is that they not only prospectively they have to make sure कि वो you know इस field का हिस्सा बने, अपनी 100% efforts को contribute करें. But what they also need to do is, which is very very important and sometimes is a very difficult task in the कि उसकी awareness उन्हें create करनी पड़ती है. The people who are connected with me, they always tell me that renewables is a very tough field because it also revolves around awareness segments, which goes something very, very important. So that I think has a major effect overall. और जब आप इस perspective से बात करते हैं, so definitely it has a responsibility of individuals भी है, individuals को अपनी responsibility के तौर पे लेना और make sure करना कि they are able to uh, take the message forward. I think that's how it works, and definitely it will take a lot of time, but awareness will come in into this perspective.
Definitely. So talking about renewable energy, we received a lot of questions regarding this specific aspect कि हम artificial intelligence के era में रह रहे हैं. We are living in the chat GPT world now. So obviously, considering the advancement in technology, so the existing clients or the people who already are having benefits from solar energy, they are concerned, or they have a query about what are the trends or what are the advancement in technology that we have experienced and we will be experienced in the recent future or even currently in renewable energy.
Acha, so there was a bit of distortion, but I was able to take your question. मैं अगर इसको थोड़ा सा इस अंदाज में put on करूँ हिफ्ज़ा, and I think people will agree to that also, and that is yeah, you're able to hear me now?
Yeah, a little bit distortion, but we are able to hear you now, I guess. It's clear now. No, we are facing the distortion again. Again, one of the drawbacks of having a live session. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for the internet connection to get better. Yeah. Sir, I guess
Please,
it wasn't
I
doing.
believe I just switched on to a better version. Are you able to hear
Yeah,
me now?
yeah, we can hear you loud and clear now.
Okay, that's perfect. Acha, so may just to share my my comments upon technology जो आपका question था और
जी
sustainability and technology के ऊपर मैं बड़ा बहुत ज़्यादा automation के अंदर believe रखता हूँ. I believe कि IoT is very very important. I believe it is very very important for us to have technology or technology agnostic. तो एक जो मेरे नजदीक बहुत सारे सवाल लोग मेरे से सवाल पूछते हैं कि व्हाट इज द फ्यूचर or what are the latest trends in renewable energy. So, do you know what's my straightforward answer for that? My answer for that is very straightforward and it's very simple. And that answer is कि अगला दौर IoT का दौर है, यानी कि आपके processes में, आपके production reports में, आपकी efficiency analysis के अंदर, or if you're talking about improving the performance of the system, so it is very very important that we talk about improvements in the system, and that only comes through this important scenario, and that's why we call it IoT era. तो मेरा अपना ख्याल है कि आज हम सोच रहे हैं और आने वाले 2-3 साल रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी के अंदर IoT era के अंदर गुजरेंगे.
Okay, so sir, considering again the future of solar energy in Pakistan, again this question arises every time. What's the situation with the imports of solar panels in Pakistan?
सबसे पहले, so I want you to put me into two hats. Do you want me to put myself into hats of a true Pakistani, या आप मुझे एक hats of renewable energy enthusiast की hat में डालना चाहती हैं? तो then I will answer it accordingly.
I think let's put a hat on you regarding a Pakistani individual, just a random.
अच्छा, so
citizen.
मैं बहुत strong, बहुत ज़्यादा strong. I always talk about that. It's very important as Pakistanis for us to have a focus on self reliance, और उसके लिए बहुत ज़्यादा important है solar panels की local manufacturing. So let's talk about very straightforward. I think that is very important कि हम local manufacturing के ऊपर focus करें. But I think Pakistan is a little far away from that in terms of security and analysis, technology transfers and concepts of that. So मैं बड़ा strongly समझता हूँ कि ये उसी वक्त possible होगा जब पाकिस्तान में import of solar panels is banned and there is local manufacturing in focus. But then you can't just ban the renewable energy या imports of solar panels altogether अगर आपके पास यहाँ कोई current policy exist नहीं करती कि solar panels की आप manufacturing पे जाइए. So the things of import of solar panels are improving, and they're getting towards a slightly better scenario right now, which we have heard. क्योंकि आपका करंट इंपोर्ट और एक्सपोर्ट बैलेंस है, लेकिन इसमें एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पर्सपेक्टिव है जो हमें समझने की जरूरत है. So all the oil which is imported in Pakistan, or coal, or for that matter gas, which is used to produce electricity, जो import हो रही है, that is imported and you are burning dollars. It's very simple. बड़े सिंपल अंदाज में बात है कि आप डॉलर्स को बर्न कर रहे हैं. इसके मुकाबले में अगर आप एक सोलर पैनल इंपोर्ट करते हैं, वो आपको 25 साल के लिए यहीं के सूरज से बिजली बना के देता है. तो प्रायोरिटीज की बात है, समझने की बात है, और इंपोर्ट्स के मसाइल को समझने की बात है. सो आई थिंक सो दैट्स वेयर द प्रॉब्लम लाइज इन, एंड आई होप देयर विल बी इंप्रूवमेंट with passage of time overall on this.
So you were talking about the future of solar energy as the main IoT era as well. So we have this very important question regarding that considering the IoT era and the latest development in AI, how can we integrate it with specifically the solar energy to make it a truly smart solution for our customers?
अच्छा, बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग सी बात है. We are partners of Huawei in Pakistan, and I saw your one of the webinar as well, which was jointly hosted by Huawei and DSG. So उसके अंदर हमने Huawei के पार्टनर हैं, तो हम कहीं ना कहीं AI को एक अंदाज में ऑलरेडी पहले यूज कर रहे थे. हाँ, हमें याद आ पाया. फॉर एग्जाम्पल हम एक IV curve का फीचर यूज कर रहे थे, which was a data analysis tool which used to tell us which panels are producing. I think AI के जरिए बहुत अनकरीब हमें डाटा क्लस्टर को बेहतर करने में मौका मिलेगा. हमें पता लगेगा कि एक प्लांट को बेहतर अंदाज से उससे आउटपुट कैसे ड्राइव किया जा सकता है. I think that will really help us. And as far as IoT is concerned, I think more stronger reporting, more stronger channels through GSM and other modules which are coming in, that will be the future. और मेरा अपना ख्याल है कि शायद स्ट्रिंग लेवल से चीजें निकलकर पैनल लेवल पे मॉनिटरिंग आएगी, which is going to be the real game changer when it comes to this field. That's what I believe is going to be the future.
Hasnan keh rahe, in our Pakistan, oil prices are getting very high because most of the electricity is generated from oil and gas, and it's also disturbing the environment. That's actually the basic point of rediverting the main focus of climate change from having a business perspective to the actual saving the environment perspective. We do have another question. Your views on potential of agrivoltaics farming in Pakistan?
Now that is important. तला अगर आप में से बड़ा स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड सी बात करते हैं तो मैं सोलर ट्यूब वेल्स के या जमीन से जो पानी निकालने के थोड़ा सा इससे इख्तलाफ करता हूँ unless and until there are crops like rice and others. मैं बड़ा स्ट्रॉन्ग बिलीवर हूँ कि आप रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी को जरूर इस्तेमाल करें. अल्लाह ताला ने पाकिस्तान को सूरज भी दिया है और पानी भी दिया है. But I strongly believe also कि it is important and it's very strategically important for us to understand कि हमें sprinkler system पे cropping पे तरफ आना चाहिए. गवर्नमेंट ने इस पे कुछ इनिशिएटिव्स भी लिए थे which were taken up, but I think जो overall it's going to take some time for Pakistan to come into a scenario where automation processes will get better. But हम ये कह सकते हैं कि हम बेहतरी की तरफ मूव कर रहे हैं. We're moving towards the right direction.
I hope, Talha, your question is well answered and you understood. So we have another question. If government stops the imports immediately, do we have enough resources to manufacture the local solar panels?
You want a very straightforward answer? We don't have. हम IEC certified solar panels नहीं बना रहे. हमें हमारी अभी वो सलाहियत नहीं है और हम इस फॉर्मूले को नहीं समझ पाए that we should know how to catch a fish rather than we eat the fish. हमारा सारा फोकस फिश खाने पे रहता है, बट हम मछली को पकड़ना कैसे वो सीखते नहीं है या सीखना चाहते नहीं है. और बुनियादी तौर पे हिफ्ज़ा हम एज अ बिजनेस कम्युनिटी हम थोड़े लेजी हैं. हम आसान काम करना चाहते हैं और आसान काम जो है वो यही है कि हम इंपोर्ट करें और बेचें. सो आई स्टिल बिलीव ऐसन कि हमें इंपोर्ट बैन नहीं करनी चाहिए, लेकिन हमें पॉलिसीज बनानी चाहिए, स्टेक होल्डर्स को बिठाना चाहिए और वो जब बैठेंगे तो फिर चीजें जो है ना बेहतरी की तरफ जाएंगी.
Definitely, a hybrid connection would be a better approach to start manufacturing it locally as well as importing it. Okay, the questions are booming now. So if we get electricity from the solar system, how would it impact the economy?
Okay. So Wahaj, अगर आप वैसे तो इंजीनियर हैं, I'm sure with your name is engineer, but I can answer in a very simple terms. So जब आप पाकिस्तान में अब गैस इतनी अवेलेबल नहीं है कि आप गैस को बिजली बनाने के लिए इस्तेमाल करें, तो आप RLNG या गैस इंपोर्ट करते हैं. और जो गैस इंपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, you're using that gas to produce electricity. टेक्सटाइल के अंदर जनबाकर के इंजन्स लगे हुए हैं, सबके लगे हुए हैं. तो अंडरस्टैंड करें, इसको बड़े सिंपल अंदाज में कहें तो आप डॉलर्स को जला रहे हैं बिजली बनाने के लिए. While the sun goes out there, जो आपके किसी एक आम टिपिकल घर पे पड़ता है, वो आपकी 10 से 12 किलोवाट के हिसाब से आपको कोई 50-60 यूनिट्स बिजली के एक दिन के दे सकता है. So why not to import a thing which is going to produce electricity for a longer period of time? उसके आप सवाल कीजिए, उसकी 100% रिलायंस पे सवाल कीजिए, आप पॉलिसी पे सवाल कीजिए. लेकिन मेरा बड़ा एक सिंपल सा ख्याल है, अनफॉर्चुनेटली हमारे गवर्नमेंट से जब पूछा जाए कि जी आप रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी को प्रमोट करने के लिए क्या कर रहे हैं, तो वो प्राइम मिनिस्टर सेक्रेटेरिएट को सोलर करना शामिल होता है, वो फला बिल्डिंग को सोलर करना शामिल होता है, वो इस बिल्डिंग को सोलर करना शामिल होता है. ये सिंबॉलिकली एक अहम प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं, लेकिन पॉलिसी मेकिंग वाइज दे आर नो प्रोजेक्ट्स एट ऑल. और अगर आप बात करें कि जी पाकिस्तान में पीवी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के ऊपर ऑल्टरनेट एनर्जी डेवलपमेंट बोर्ड ने कभी कोई कॉन्फ्रेंस कराई, कभी कोई इस पे डिस्कशंस हुई, कभी किसी को कहा गया, तो फिर अनफॉर्चुनेटली ऐसा नहीं है. प्रोसेसेस की इंप्रूवमेंट पे तो बात होती है, लेकिन जो मेजर इशू है उस पे बात नहीं होती. सो टू आंसर योर क्वेश्चन इन अ नटशेल, हम एक करंट पॉलिसी से अगर हम इम्प्रूवमेंट चाहते हैं तो वी नीड टू शिफ्ट फ्रॉम रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी. इट विल अफेक्ट आवर इकोनॉमी फॉर अ लॉन्गर पीरियड एंड फॉर सस्टेनेबल बेसिस.
Sir, we have another question. Considering the Pakistan's distribution network, what's the real hurdle that we've been facing? So basically, the challenges that we are facing now.
वेरी सिंपल. अगर आप इसको बहुत सिंपल अंदाज में समझिए और अगर आप समझें कि पाकिस्तान की सबसे बड़ी जो प्रॉब्लम है वो पाकिस्तान का एक ट्रांसमिशन को भी तला मैं इंक्लूड करूंगा. Transmission and as well as distribution, both the things have a lot of problem right now. यहाँ पे water power evacuation के problem है. Government is doing a lot of CTBCM projects. As DSG Energy, we are not only have a fair share of renewable energy market in Pakistan, but we are the front lead runners of CTBCM also. और हम wheeling के और CTBCM के front runners भी हैं. But then the problem comes of evacuation of power. तो तला ने बड़ा वैलिड पॉइंट रेज किया है कि हमें evacuation के ऊपर फोकस करना चाहिए और जो रियल हर्डल है वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन नेटवर्क के अंदर डिस्कोस के अंदर प्राइवेटाइजेशन बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. आई स्ट्रांगली बिलीव that you start privatizing the distribution network companies called discos. आप देखेंगे कि 90% मसले बिजली के वहीं हल होना शुरू हो जाएंगे. आजकल किसी एक बंदे का मीटर खराब हो जाता है या वो गलती से नेट मीटर लगवा लेता है, तो how difficult the process is, and that's where the effect comes in. So I hope Tala this answers your question.
So you talked about CTBCM as well. Please do tell us something more, because I think people are still unaware of that, and we have this question as well, that how soon do you see CTBCM and utility scale power plants becoming a reality in Pakistan?
अच्छा, सबसे पहले I want to clear a myth. People think CTBCM means solar. So okay, it does not mean solar. That's what I want to very simply answer. कि इसका किसी भी सूरत में solar energy से कोई ताल्लुक नहीं है. These are distributed scale plants. These are solar. These are going to be basically आम layman language में अगर आप समझिए तो अगर आपके पास land मौजूद है, आप solar लगाएं. आपके पास टेक्नोलॉजी मौजूद है, आप बायोगैस पर गैस बेस्ड प्लांट लगाएं. अगर आपके पास इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर मौजूद है, आप गैस बेस्ड प्लांट लगाइए, आप जिस तरह से भी लगाते हैं, और आप किसी एक जगह पे लगाकर उसे ग्रिड में डालकर और मोनोपोली खत्म कर देंगे डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कंपनीज की, एंड यू विल इन फैक्ट क्रिएट अ मार्केट व्हिच इज गोइंग टू हैव इन फ्यूचर एन एनर्जी मिक्स व्हिच इज गोइंग टू बी द गेम चेंजर. एंड उसके अंदर आप ट्रांसमिशन और डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन चार्जेस दीजिए और इलेक्ट्रिसिटी किसी और जगह पे लगा लें. सो आई थिंक दिस इज गोइंग टू बी द रियल गेम चेंजर. जिस तरह 2017-18 में नेट मीटरिंग को एक ख्वाब कहा जाता था, आई थिंक नाउ it's going to be like this, and we feel proud of the fact that DSG Energy is the front runners of 3 CTBCM based projects, which we are in the final stages, and we will bring about a change in Pakistan, which is going to be the real one. और इसमें इस्लाम साहब का क्वेश्चन है कि hindrances क्या है red tapeism in Pakistan. No stronger or one government. I think when this comes, Islam, you would see things will improve automatically.
Umar हमारे से पूछ रहे हैं, again an engineer, how much does it cost to build a solar manufacturing plant, although we have a fewer resources?
So Umar, पाकिस्तान में फर्स्ट स्टेज के अंदर assembling तो हो सकती है. When we say purely manufacturing, पाकिस्तान की definition में by the way assembling भी जो SCCP के standards हैं, SCCP actually also refers to assembling being a manufacturing in Pakistan. तो solar cells तो आपके बाहर से आने हैं, वो अभी टेक्नोलॉजी यहाँ बनने में या कंपनी के स्टैंडर्ड्स में आने में बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम है. More than the cost of the plant, what matters is the standards that we are following up, and the investments that the government are putting in, and what are the early bird advantages. But I think ये वक्त के साथ आएगा जब एक sustainable government आएगी, जब एक ऐसी government आएगी जो मुश्किल फैसले कर पाएगी. I think that is a time when we will be shifting towards manufacturing of PV panels in Pakistan.
I guess, Hasnan, this answers your query as well. What are, sir, some emerging trends and innovations in the field of renewable energy that are expected to have a significant impact on the industry in the coming years?
Okay. सबसे पहले मैं कहूँगा we feel women empowerment. We have a very strong workforce. मैं हमेशा इस बात का बड़ा कायल हूँ कि industries, countries, and individuals and businesses can't thrive unless or until there is an equal, if not stronger, presence of women in Pakistan. That is why we, as an organization, are thinking to have women empowerment as one of our core values, which are already existing into the group. तो मैं एक समझता हूँ कि सबसे ज़्यादा जो एक इमर्जिंग ट्रेंड है वो टैलेंटेड डायनेमिक फीमेल पार्टिसिपेशन है. वी फील प्राउड ऑफ द फैक्ट. तो एक तो ये चीज़ है जो बहुत ज़्यादा अहम है. दूसरी चीज़ जो है, नाउ कमिंग अप विद ट्रेंड्स एंड इनोवेशंस इन द फील्ड ऑफ रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी. सो अमजद, आई स्ट्रांगली थिंक कि IoT जिसका भी जिक्र हुआ है, ये एक ऐसा ट्रेंड है. और एक चीज जो बहुत ज्यादा अहम है कि अब एक फोकस डिस्कशन स्टार्ट हो गई है ऑन रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी ऑपरेशंस एंड मेंटेनेंस. डू नॉट हैव रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी वन ऑफ एज एन इंस्टॉलमेंट, या आपने एक इंस्टॉलेशन, आपने एक दफा उसको इंस्टॉल किया और आप उसको उस फोकस से लेके गए. But rather than that, focuses on the fact that we need to focus and spend on operation and maintenance of the plants, which are very, very important as well. So I will put back a question to Hifza also on this, and that is, अभी हमने एक trend की बात की which revolves around the presence of strong female participation into this field. I will put back a question because Hifza, मैंने आपके बहुत shows follow किए हैं, webinars follow किए हैं. You have been a strong flag bearer of renewable energy. What do you think? What is the inspiration for you to have a career which revolves around renewable energy?
Sir, apart from business perspective, I think this very major idea कि जिस तरह हम अपनी ज़िंदगी के बाकी मसलों को देखते हैं, जिस तरह हम अपनी physical and mental sickness को, अपने घर के problems को, obviously when we leave the homes, we obviously going for the financial growth as well. So just like all of these issues that we face during our lifetime, this is one of the issue that it's not just us who's facing it. It's everywhere around the globe. So it doesn't matter whether we are living in Pakistan or whether we are the citizen of a certain country, developed country or underdeveloped country. This problem is going to stay a problem until we deal with it. So apart from having a background in renewable energy or apart from having the knowledge of renewable energy, I think on individual level, everyone has to take care of this certain fact कि जैसे हम अपनी आने वाली generation के लिए ये चीज़ important समझते हैं कि when they come, they should have a stable life, they should have a stable economic development, या उनकी growth, उनको उस तरह की चीज़ें face ना करनी पड़े जिस तरह की hurdles हमने या हमसे previous generation ने देखी है. So this is one of those, I'll say this is one of the major, it prioritize those issues that while we are making sure कि हमारी आने वाली generations problems ना face करें, we have to make sure that they are living in the safe and secure environment. And renewable energy is one of the major solutions that if we will start practicing that right now, so our coming generation would make it normalized, to make it a part of their whole lifestyle, a sustainable lifestyle, so that the coming generation won't be living on the edges to see if they can survive in a certain environment or not. So I guess this is one of my inspiration, that apart I have to work whether I want to or not. So I have to make sure कि जो काम मैं कर रही हूँ, it has a certain impact on the lifestyle and it has a certain impact on my life quality as well. So I guess that would be one of the inspiration.
मैं इस बात को especially I wanted to talk about this, Hifza, as it's very important, हमारे लिए भी बहुत अहम है. जहाँ हम मुख्तलिफ diverse topics के ऊपर renewable energy के अंदर बात करें, job markets एक बहुत ज़्यादा अहम है. आजकल मेरे से बहुत ज़्यादा सवाल होता है. I feel sometimes very depressed to see certain inboxes, students जो राब्ता करते हैं, engineers जो राब्ता करते हैं कि हम as a nation कहाँ जा रहे हैं. We're producing average engineers, and जो brain drain हमारा हो रहा है, which is a very strong and a very important perspective, that really needs to be worked upon. इस पे बहुत ज़्यादा काम करने की ज़रूरत है कि हम brain drain पे काम करें. लेकिन मैं उसी के साथ मेंशन ज़रूर करूँगा कि हमारे लिए as a nation बहुत important है कि we should have females empowerment and have presence of females. आप वो मेरे साथी या वो देखने वाले जो हैं जो मुल्क से बाहर गए हैं, उनको रियलाइज होगा they will find females in every next job, every next position. हमारे यहाँ हम किसी को बाइक चलाते हुए भी देखेंगे तो फिर हम तारीफ करेंगे कि मुल्क तरक्की की तरफ जा रहा है. ये तारीफ की बात तो कहीं ना कहीं है, लेकिन एक लम्हा मतलब सोचने वाली बात भी है कि हमारे लिए बस ये एक्सेप्शंस रह गई हैं. And I hope that DSG Energy is playing its little part, that where strongly believe in women empowerment and making sure that we break the barriers. That is very, very important for us.
I think being a part of DSG Energy myself, I'll add to that I have worked in multiple companies in multiple sectors in my previous professional experience, but I have seen it's not something exceptional and it's not something unnormal, unnatural. Okay, we are working here. We have a very strong female community here inside the DSG Energy, so it's normalized, and we are taken as an equal person, just like a man and a woman. We hold the same place as a man here. So I'll acknowledge this certain aspect as well, and I think this special part is obviously because of the leadership, and I'll इसका क्रेडिट आपको ही जाता है, और हमारी द मैनेजमेंट दैट वी आर हैविंग हियर, सारा क्रेडिट उनको ही जाता है. सो आई एक्नॉलेज दिस स्पेशल फैक्ट एज वेल, दैट एज फार एज द वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट इज कंसर्न्ड, वी हैव फेल्ट होम हियर. So I guess we'll move to the other questions because they are coming, and I would want to cater each and every one of that. Why people are not aware of solar, clean, and renewable energy in spite of knowing the prices of oil and other fossil fuels? If they don't know, how can we aware them about advantages of particularly solar energy?
जो शबाज, यहाँ थोड़ा समझने की जरूरत है कि आप एक गैस का प्लांट लगाते हैं जो ऑयल बेस्ड प्लांट है, और उस प्लांट को आप एक कम कीमत में लाते हैं, लेकिन उसमें आपने डेली ऑयल डालना है. तो ये उन लोगों के लिए तो पॉसिबल है कि जिनकी बाइंग पावर थोड़ी कम है, तो वो कहेंगे यार हम किस्तों में भर लेंगे, या आप अल्फाज में आप ये समझिए कि हम आहिस्ता आहिस्ता करके उसकी ऑयल के पेमेंट्स भर देंगे. जो आपकी सो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट जो आपके रिन्यूएबल हैं, उसकी आपकी अर्ली इन्वेस्टमेंट ज्यादा है, डेफिनेटली ज्यादा है, इसमें तो दूसरी राय नहीं है कि वो आपकी इन्वेस्टमेंट है. तो उसके बैंकिंग चैनल्स का इस्तेमाल, तो आज से कोई 2-3-4 साल पहले तक या 1 साल पहले तक जो प्रोजेक्ट्स थे जो जिसमें स्टेट बैंक बहुत ज्यादा अपना काम कर रहा था, अवेयरनेस क्रिएट कर रहा था, सब्सिडाइज फाइनेंसिंग दे रहा था, वो इम्पोर्टेंट है. लेकिन अनफॉर्चुनेटली इकोनॉमिक हालात की वजह से वो सब्सिडाइज फाइनेंसिंग रुक गई. सब्सिडी का लफ्ज तो अब आता नहीं है ना, लेकिन मैं आई विल through this platform, I would like to request State Bank, I would like to request international players कि पाकिस्तान में रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी की रिफाइनेंसिंग स्कीम को आगाज करें. आप रेट बढ़ा दें. आपने एनर्जी का भी तो रेट बढ़ाया है ना, आप पॉलिसी रेट बढ़ा दें उसका. आपने 2+4% किया था, आप 7+4% कर दीजिए, लेकिन इसको कंटिन्यू रखें. दैट्स वेयर ऑटोमेटिकली आपका जो फाइनेंसिंग का सिनेरियो आएगा, that will help renewable energy to flourish. Ultimately, that will help things to move towards the right and the better direction. तो बहुत important है कि हम ये awareness create करें. और बाकी रहेगी बात शबाज जनरल अवेयरनेस की. I think DSG is playing its part. आज season finale है to Hifza and his team have done a great job in creating an awareness campaign, and I hope so this will continue and improve.
What's the current status of Pakistan's transition to renewable energy industries, and how much progress has been made so far?
No, that's a very interesting question. Awais, पाकिस्तान में इंडस्ट्रीज रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी की तरफ शिफ्ट हो रही हैं. इसमें कोई दूसरी राय नहीं है. मैं इस पे जरूर ये बात कहूँगा कि हम ओवरऑल अगर आप बात करें तो there is a continuous improvement which can be seen very much evident है, जो कि आपको नजर भी आ रहा है. A lot of places it is taking place और वर्किंग अंदर हो रहा है. बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली द इशू रिमेन के उसकी अवेयरनेस जो है हमें जो है वो इम्प्रूव करने की जरूरत है, और ये इम्प्रूवमेंट की जरूरत है. तो जो इंडस्ट्रीज की जैसे आपने बात की है, so if you allow me, I am just going to show Awais. I think I have the rights.
Yeah.
I can show Awais a few of the things that we are doing in Pakistan in making sure. Let me know if you are able to see the screen.
Yeah, we can see it now.
You can see it now?
You can.
Okay. So that is how it is. हमारी पूरी कोशिश है. For example, if you talk about industries, we have been able to. I feel proud of my team, and it is only to appreciate season finale team also. We were able to do textiles from 25 megawatts in one group to Sapphire. I was very happy to host Sapphire team in our office today. To Sapphire team, which is working with us, we had Masood and Rumi groups working. Then we had industries like Diamond shifting over to renewable energy with us. Then we had a very strong portfolio of food industries which are working. अपैरल सेक्टर एक ऐसा सेक्टर था जिसमें हमने काफी डेप्थ क्रिएट की. पैकेजिंग सेक्टर में वी वर कंसीडर्ड पायनियर्स and we were able to bring about a change and industrial change. Agriculture sector, which is one of the sectors that we feel proud. Food sector के अंदर हम मुझे कोई भी जब project team बताती है कि हमने food sector के अंदर किया है, trust me, it brings me the most happiness. And the prime reason for this happiness is because you are using renewable energy to produce food, which ultimately will affect, quality and living standards of the people. We were also selected by UNIDO to do one of the largest solar power plants done in the food sector. आप मजीद टेक्नोलॉजी टेक्सटाइल्स की बात करें तो एक टेक्नोलॉजी के अंदर अवेयरनेस आ रही है, कंपनीज के अंदर एजुकेशन एक ऐसी चीज है जो मुझे बहुत ज्यादा I strongly believe renewable energy की presence into this sector creates an awareness. We were able to go to a food sector to do projects there, to glass sector. और जहाँ की आप इंडस्ट्रीज की बात करें फिर एक बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग पोर्टफोलियो है which goes across Pakistan. I'm sure people viewers are watching this portfolio. So industries, I believe मैं बड़ा strongly समझता हूँ कि इंडस्ट्रीज में अवेयरनेस मौजूद है. इंडस्ट्रियल अवेयरनेस जो है वो बहुत ज्यादा अवेलेबल है, लोग इसकी तरफ शिफ्ट हो रहे हैं. And I think Avas, sooner or later, you will see industrial perspective taking another next level.
Sir, benefits of renewable energy industry, I'll add to that. हमने थोड़ी देर पहले भी बात की थी कि it creates job market as well. It creates more opportunities for engineers and other sector as well. So DSG Energy currently is hiring a lot of candidates as well. So I would like to address this specific aspect of जिसकी वजह से हर engineer or her graduate or her banda pareshan hai, the employment opportunities. Do tell us about the employment opportunities in the renewable energy sector.
I think I think ये एक ऐसी फील्ड है जिसमें I strongly believe कि बहुत potential है, बहुत job markets हैं. कोई ऐसी चीज जिसने grow किया है despite economic crisis and shutdown is renewable energy market. बहुत सारे यंग एंटरप्रेन्योर्स इस फील्ड में आए हैं. मैं हमेशा उनको बहुत ज़्यादा गाइड करता हूँ. आई टेल देम, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली मैं ये ज़रूर कहता हूँ कि साथ में कि आप प्रोफेशनल अंदाज में ज़रूर काम करें. योर नेम शुड मैटर एंड सर्विसेज शुड मैटर. बहुत बड़ी जॉब मार्केट पोटेंशियल है. We currently employ around 350 people, और जो full time है, और part time में of course we have one time around 600 to 700 people who are working with us. I think ये job market बहुत बढ़ेगी. We are hiring as well. I see a lot of interviews going on in head office and regional offices nowadays. और मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ये job market जो है हिस्सा बढ़ने के लिए है और इसके अंदर पोटेंशियल बहुत है. आप रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी एंथुसियास्ट जो हैं, आई थिंक दे शुड अप्लाई, फाइंड अपॉर्चुनिटीज, मेक कनेक्शंस, एंड आई थिंक दैट विल बी द रियल गेम चेंजर.
Okay, sir, we have another question. What do you think about solar energy storage, since it's a crucial component in maximizing the effectiveness and reliability?
Now, this is a very dangerous question, I call it. हमसे
We
बहुत
have
ज़्यादा
multiple
सवाल है.
questions on storage and hybrid systems.
हाँ जी. आई थिंक इन अ वेरी नटशेल, अगर दुनिया में अभी भी कोई रियल इन्वेंशन बाकी है वो चीपर बैटरी स्टोरेज है. आई वुड कॉल इट चीपर. लिथियम आयन इज गुड बट एक्सपेंसिव. तो चीपर बैटरी स्टोरेज कब आएगी, कब अवेलेबल होगी, आई थिंक दैट्स हाउ थिंग्स विल इम्प्रूव. सो इसके लिए थोड़ा सा इंतजार कीजिए. जब वो आएगा तो बैटरी स्टोरेज की तरफ हम डेफिनेटली शिफ्ट होंगे.
I think, Muhammad Umar, this answers your question as well, that we are concerned about the energy savings as well as the environmental pollution. That's why more focus on grid-tied power plants instead of just hybrid. Another very important question, I guess, is there any particular industry which can't benefit from solar system?
हाँ, देखिए आप जहाँ इतने बेनिफिट्स बताते हैं आप वहाँ इफ्ज़ा में I'm very happy to see such a very strong presence right now of viewers in different platforms where this is being streamed live. I think so और ये मेरा बड़ा strong ख्याल है कि हमें pros and cons के साथ हमें negative बातें भी बतानी चाहिए. I think solar cannot work into processes where the operations go maximum in the night times. कुछ ऐसे operations होते हैं जो night time oriented होते हैं. Solar cannot work in organizations where the processes are not full hours against. यानी कुछ ऐसे processes हैं जहाँ 2 घंटे वो इस्तेमाल होगा, 1 घंटे नहीं होगी, process में बिजली इस्तेमाल नहीं होगी, वो वहाँ process नहीं है. And solar cannot be at a place where there is no other source of electricity available. तो ये दो तीन चीजें हैं जिससे मिलके it becomes very very important for the places where renewable energy cannot work or solar energy can't work.
We have another question, and I guess I would answer that myself. The way of hiring a trainee engineer, Asif. Asif, we repeated in our webinar sessions, in our posts as well. Hiring process in DSG Energy is very transparent, very smooth. But I would like to address one thing, because personally, on daily basis, I get the request and I get the queries regarding this specific recruitment process as well. जब एक position या कोई vacancy आती है, we upload it on our social, so we always request to follow our social pages and website to stay updated regarding the available vacancies in DSG Energy. But still, on one post, we get like dozens and dozens of CVs, so it gets a little difficult to contact everyone who has applied. So whoever is continuously asking that they have applied and they haven't gotten a call yet, so I would repeat it again, and I would request to keep the updates in your updates, because hota ye hai कि when you have to meet the eligibility criteria in order to get a call. So as soon as you will get the meet the eligibility criteria, you would be getting a call for an interview. Until then, you can always send your resumes to careers@dsgroupco.com. ये वाली भी ID जो है, it's always updated on our socials. Moving on to another question, how has solar panels efficiency improved in the past, and what can we expect in the near future?
Okay, efficiency बहुत improve हुई है. Now there are bifacial panels, there are N-type panels, there are different technology, TOPCon technology अब available है. और आई थिंक मुझसे एक बहुत ज़्यादा सवाल होता है, बड़े इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट सीईओ सवाल करते हैं इनफैक्ट, यदि वो चांद से बिजली बनाने वाले पैनल्स कब आएंगे. अनफॉर्चुनेटली दैट्स जस्ट अ मिथ राइट नाउ. वो जितनी बिजली भी बनाएंगे वो इतनी पावर्ड बिजली नहीं होगी कि जिसको आप कंसिडर करेंगे. आई थिंक एफिशिएंसी हैज इम्प्रूव्ड आमिर. अगर आप बड़े लेमन लैंग्वेज में बात करें तो कभी 3-3.5 एकड़ पे जाके 1 मेगावाट लगता था. आज आप 2.25 एकड़ पे 1 मेगावाट की इंस्टॉलेशन कर सकते हैं. एफिशिएंसी हैज इम्प्रूव, नंबर ऑफ आवर्स ऑफ प्रोडक्शन हैव इम्प्रूव, अल्बीडो की इम्प्रूवमेंट हो गई है. सो आई बिलीव दैट्स डेफिनेटली. सो अगला फ्यूचर क्या है? आई थिंक बाईफेशियल इज द फ्यूचर. और मैं खुदारा पाकिस्तानी इंडस्ट्रियल डिसीजन मेकर्स को कहता हूँ कि आप पाकिस्तान में ट्रैकर सिस्टम के सोलर आने चाहिए. I think that's the future. And DSG Energy is doing the first ever industrial tracking solar power plant in Pakistan. So very soon you will be able to see that.
Sir, why Huawei?
So ये जैसे कहते हैं कि we believe Huawei is one of the strong technology partners that we have. And the relationship that DSG Energy and Huawei share is one of the best one when it comes to functioning and knowing our boundaries. And we believe that R&D is something on which both organizations have the same footprints. I had the honor to be invited and meet the senior leadership team of Huawei and with our team, and we share very similar understanding of R&D, implementing it, and sharing the knowledge. And that's something which we believe is going to be the next big thing.
Considering the recent price hikes in Pakistan, what's the estimated timeline for market to recover and become reasonable again? I think
Yes, I think it's already reasonable. Supply chain के जब भी issues आते हैं तो इसमें there are people who always take some unjustified advantages. But I think it is moving towards the right scenario. DSG Energy feel proud of the fact कि हमने कभी भी इस scenario का किसी customer से फायदा नहीं उठाया. कभी स्टॉक को होल्ड नहीं किया. We always believe that's why last year for industrial power plants we have a 16.5% market share, which very specifically shows that stock holding is something we won't never do, and I think normalization की तरफ already आ चुकी है market.
Sir, I just heard the time, a lot of time has passed. I would be moving towards wrapping up the session. But considering you have shown a small chunk of portfolio of DSG Energy as well, but I would like you to elaborate a little contribution of DSG Energy regarding the business perspective and environmental perspective, our CSR initiatives, our Eco Squad part of the DSG Energy, and also the future plans of DSG Energy regarding the future of renewable energy.
Okay, so DSG Energy, thank you very much. I think we are moving towards a conclusion in the last 5 minutes. But DSG Energy, we feel proud. Our team have done some amazing projects. Textile sector के अंदर to have a textile share which is more than 30% is a great success itself. To be able to do projects, able to do many first in Pakistan is very, very interesting. Just in the first knock center ever to be operated fully 100% on GSM technology was something which was very heartening. To have female empowerment, I think that's one of the big contributions of DST Energy. I think we brought up the concept of female involvement in decision making and at stronger positions. मैं एक और बहुत बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन समझता हूँ जिसका सहरा हिस्सा आपको भी जाता है कि अवेयरनेस के जो प्रोग्राम्स हैं दोज आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आई थिंक legacies that people work with and leave with determine their strong foothold and portfolio. And what you have developed through this webinar series and awareness jitni create ki hai, I think it will go a long way as one of the biggest contributor of DST Energy to the renewable energy market with creating awarenesses. And I think you have a very strong contribution towards that. So hopefully there were many more contributions to come in the future.
Inshallah, looking forward. I guess I did try कि मैं हर तरह का जो question है वो cater कर सकूँ. कुछ को verbally I did, कुछ को I showed as well. I hope everyone's question were answered. Again, thank you so much, sir. आपने time निकाला and you answered all of the queries जो कि थोड़ी सी pipeline में हमारे पास पड़ी हुई थी. Thank you so much for joining. This was an amazing second season of webinar. The awareness obviously has not stopped, but I learned a lot in these two webinar series. Met amazing people और उनकी expertise से और उनकी exposure से I had learned a lot. I will be concluding this season. Thank you so much whoever joined and whoever is watching today. I hope everyone's queries were answered, and if you still have any other query, I would request you to inbox us anytime you want. Anything that you want to talk about, anything that you are uncertain about, just drop us a message and we would try our best to answer that with the expertise according to that question.
And I will conclude also on this remark. Thank you very much, Hifza, for being a torch bearer and flag bearer of DSG webinar presence. This season 2 is coming towards an end, but it's opening up hearts and souls for years to come. और एक ज़बरदस्त काम आपने और आपकी टीम ने किया है, and I'm sure this will go a long way, not only in creating awareness, but very important point is being for yourself, being in a and a source of inspiration for many females out there, warriors out there. I call them warriors because for them to live a normal life is not any more easy for bringing about this change. But thank you very much for being an amazing torch bearer of this and flag owner and of this concept of renewable energy. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Very grateful. I'll be concluding the session with again a gratitude for everyone who has joined, who has continuously put up with the queries, with the topics, and suggest us as well. And every guest that came here and gave us a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of time. Thank you so much, everyone. We will be back with other awareness sessions. Until then, Allah Hafiz.